Alright, looks like they're both ready. So we're going to have AyyJayy versus Satthew, which is actually a matchup we've had before, I believe, on stream. Although it was probably a while ago now. But they're both making a return to ones around about the same time. The last time they played, AyyJayy won 3-1. And yeah, congratulations to AyyJayy on his monstrous run at the RLCS Season 7 World Championships. Huge congrats to him and his team. Renovi, Wonder, and AyyJayy going all the way to the semi-finals. So that's exciting to see. He also played amazingly for his debut LAN. Very impressive stuff. So let's get this one underway. AyyJayy versus Satthew. The last time they played, I just checked the previous matchup that they had. And the title of the YouTube video that I put was AyyJayy versus Satthew, 2 of the best flickers NA or something. So let's see if they're still going to be really focused on flicks, because that's what they were known for when they first came onto the scene. They were just mechanical beasts who are really good at flicking the ball. It's going to be an early flick for Satthew actually, and it is a boomer, but saved by AyyJayy at the near post. I would still give AyyJayy the edge in this matchup, even though Sathew's been the one playing more ones recently, and it is going to be flick battles by the looks of things. Even though the ones meta has really developed a lot since then, it's not just flicks back and forth. There's way more advanced plays happening on the regular. By the way, Proxys, I just noticed that. Thanks for the tier 3 7 month in a row. I really appreciate that, man. You're absolutely insane. So welcome back to you. Hopefully you're doing well. Said the next match is going to be an NA 2v2. I guess I heard wrong. Oh, I misspoke. Yeah, my bad. I meant to say NA 1v1, but I think I said 2v2 by accident. So that's my mistake on that. It's NA 1v1 over here, of course. And no goals yet for AyyJayy versus Satthew. Hoping that Sathew's able to find a new team, because he recently got benched from SSG. It would be awesome to see him picked up by another top tier team in NA. I still really rate the guy. He's a great player. Oh, and by the way, sorry, I forgot to say until right now, but AyyJayy is streaming right now. I forgot to tell you. So I think, let me just check his stream. I'm going to link it in chat. So if you want to go check out from his perspective, you can. Here it is, twitch.tv/AyyJayy. Same spelling as in-game here, so you can go check him out there if you want. I don't think Satthew's streaming, but he has been streaming a lot recently in Rocket League section. Oh no, Satthew's streaming as well. They're both streaming, so you can check out both pubs. There you go. They are streaming. AyyJayy and Satthew, so be sure to go give them some love. If you want to check out their perspective exclusively while I'm commentating, you can just open up their stream and leave mine unmuted. Almost 1 goal here for Satthew with the flick. AyyJay's the one who's looked more threatening early on. Set a couple of big saves as well. It's always huge in a flick matchup. I do expect to see a lot more aerial plays than we used to see, but it's another ground flick from AyyJayy to make it 3-0. Were they listening to my stream? Did they know that I was talking about how these guys were just flick versus flick back in the day? Because that's how this one's developing as well. Let me just drink some water real quick. Be sure to stay hydrated, everybody. There we go. Satthew with a non-flick goal. That's a beautiful finish. Did he backflip for this one as he comes down? No, it seems to be a side flip by these things, or forward front flip. Really crazy angle though by Satthew. Timed it to perfection as well. Put his name on the board for game number 1. AyyJayy with a tight angle shot. Satthew knows that that's likely to miss. I mean, even a player of AyyJay's caliber is missing here most of the time, I would say. It's a pretty awkward shot. So backing off into the position Satthew was in was really good. He could just wait for the ball to bounce off the sidewall if it does miss, and if it goes on target, he's still got a good chance to shadow save it. It's not a position AyyJayy wants to be committing that heavily into. Nice little ground shot by AyyJayy. Satthew's going to need to close the distance there. Can't just back off and do nothing when AyyJay's rampaging at the near post like that. As opposed to a backward front flip. Alright guys, I meant to say diagonal. Give me a break. It's lay over here, okay? It's a late night cast. I'm probably misspeaking left, right, and center. Left, right, and middle. It's a nice save there by AyyJayy, but you can see the clear difference. Oh dear, Satthew, calm down, mate. Okay, that's better. You can see the clear difference in like shot power between the grind shot that AyyJayy scored for 4-2 and the grind shot that Satthew just attempted. Yeah, it certainly looked to me like AyyJayy's had more power on it, but Satthew continues to get counterattack goals in the near post. This is becoming a consistent problem for AyyJayy, and if he keeps on being aggressive in the near post here, Sathew's just going to chill. He doesn't really worry too much. It's pretty difficult to score from that position as AyyJayy if you're this close to the ball. No room to maneuver, and that's just going to be a tie game. Satthew 4-all. Bit of a panic on the kickoff from AyyJayy, but still Satthew with great execution to flick it over to him. He didn't waste any time controlling the ball. What time is it where you live? It's 2 in the morning, so I'm going to be heading off after this one. I'm going to be heading off. If anybody's wondering why I stream so late, it's because I was waiting for my hay fever symptoms to die down a little bit. Because, yeah, we had sunny weather in Scotland for the first time in a while this week. We had like 3 really sunny days in a row, so I've gone outside to try and make the most of it, but then just got destroyed by pollen. So I had to wait till late. I couldn't like see. My eyes were so sore earlier that I couldn't see, but now they're much better, so I can see what I'm doing. You just hate your time zone? I actually love it. Honestly, I think it's my favorite one. The time zone I hate the most, or at least the time zone that I've been to that I hate the most, is probably US West, because by the time you're awake, everybody else is already off to bed. All your European buddies. I lost to plants. I mean, plants, grass, trees, they all teamed up, you know? I lost to all of them. It was not a fair fight. Right, boost steal for Satthew. This is the opportunity that he needs to tie up the game late on. Tie up the game again, because AyyJayy has been leading for most of it. Sathew's got him exactly where he wants him. Still, AyyJayy leans up high into the save. Risky stuff in the corner by AyyJayy. Wow, he really walked into the line of fire there. Surprised that he didn't get demoed, to be honest with you. But because he stayed alive, he's now the heavy favorite to win this one without conceding another goal. It's actually going to be Satthew conceding another goal. AyyJayy all too easy at the end here to make it 6-4. But he could have actually lost his lead with that pretty big commit into the corner for that boost. If Satthew, I think if Satthew had just dodged, he would have hit it. And there's plenty of time to run the ball into the net from that position for the open net. As is though. AyyJayy 1-0. Like I said earlier, the last time these two played, AyyJayy won 3-1. It was over a year ago. It was like almost a year and a half actually, but we're set up to see that series be replicated. Thought we'd go for the Beckwick Midnight here to, you know, just get into the middle of the night theme that we've got over here in Europe. This is one of my favorite maps, you know. It's really nice for training because you know, you've just got such a quiet, calm location. But I do wish sometimes that there was more of a crowd. I wonder what it would be like if there was more noise. Sometimes if you're trying to cast a hype match on Beckwick, it's not noisy enough. There's just like nothing happening. There's just like a few excited people off in the back going, yay! And nothing much more. So, game 2 gets started. Satthew does demo AyyJayy for the goal. That's what I thought was going to happen at the end of the last game. Definitely the start of this one. It's a very intentional demo as well by Satthew. It wasn't just one of those ones where two players kind of collide and one of them just dies in the middle of a 50-50. It was absolutely premeditated murder. But it's legal. You know, demos are legal. In Rocket League. Nothing against... I don't have anything against Rocket League. I don't discriminate goals. You know, a goal is a goal. Oh! Almost a cracky save there by Satthew, but it's squeezed in for 1-all. AyyJayy. Perfect placement of the flick once again. Get a soundboard. Yeah, I could actually get a soundboard with some Manfield Night crowd sounds. Or maybe some RLCS Landon crowd sounds put in there. And it's looking right now that AyyJayy is mostly in control. Satthew still does this like kickoff that he's always had. The this like really early dodge to hit the ball with the roof of his car. I mean, the downsides to this are kind of slows down his own car's momentum a little bit. Also, doesn't get to dictate which way the ball is going initially. He's trying to dictate which way the ball goes after his opponent touches it. Some nice play by both players there. Satthew trying to open up the field by going off to the side, but AyyJayy shuts him down immediately, realizing he was about to get wrong-footed. Now they're trading ground shots and 50-50s. Satthew takes the worst end of the stick, coming out with no boost. Now he gets demoed for his trouble. AyyJayy with some alone time and an open net. Satthew spawns near post, but it's still not a favorable position. 3-1 AyyJayy. Very nice placement on the shot once again. The air roll just gave him enough power on it to put it over Satthew. Why isn't the VOD for that up? What, for Fairy Peak versus AyyJayy? It should be. If you click on my videos section of my stream, I think it'll be there. It's the you need to click on the stream that's currently happening, but not the live version of it. Just click the VOD version of it, and then you'll be able to watch the Fairy Peak versus AyyJayy. Oh my goodness! Okay, passing play extraordinaire from Satthew to AyyJayy. This is gonna be a boomer. 136 kilometers an hour. Midfield pass by Satthew, and AyyJayy decides to ping it into his own net. He's trying to clip it into the post. Yeah, he just said the same thing. He's trying to hit it into the post, and he's messed it up. Yep. Correct. Great analysis by Johnny there, predicting the future, almost as if that was scripted. But it should be fine. AyyJay's still looking comfortable today. Satthew struggled with his power shots at times, and AyyJay's just one of those players that if he's playing well, he is very difficult to keep under control. Satthew's going to make it back in time for this. Try to bring it down. Actually done really well here, Satthew. The threat of the bump kept AyyJayy back, but once again, he doesn't get enough power on his clear. AyyJayy coming back around for more pressure. He's stealing every boost here as AyyJayy, every single one in Satthew's corner in the midfield. Almost own goals by accident though. Satthew runs into the corner, doesn't really do too much in the way of ball pressure, and almost concedes, but it's another miss for AyyJayy in fact. Satthew on the quick recycle down the middle. Should tie things up. Yes, he does. Very interesting. So, bit fortunate for Satthew. Bit fortunate because I think he made a couple of decisions that I don't agree with. The boost steal in AyyJay's corner that set up AyyJay's counterattack. Probably not a good idea. Certainly not a good idea to back off all the way after you've got it and just give AyyJayy the free dribble. Uncontested. Definitely want to be putting in a few more fake challenges when AyyJay's on his approach, but the counter-attack walk-ins are still working pretty well. Sathew's picked up so many goals here just by sitting on the near post in shadow position and not challenging too early. He knows that that's a strong position for him when he has boost. Obviously when he doesn't, then it's a super risky one. Oh wow, okay, AyyJayy just gets bumped into the boost. And Sathew's going to feel pretty hard done by there. AyyJayy tries to sideswipe him. Satthew stands strong in the way of it. Love to see a close series here between two guys who've been there or thereabouts in 1v1 for the longest time. When am I planning to do my DreamHack Valencia predictions? Have they released a bracket yet? I don't know if they've released a bracket. Some nice finishing there by Satthew to make it 5-3, by the way. Hope they do a goodbye ceremony for Fireburner at DreamHack. That would be amazing, yeah. Anybody wondering what that's referring to, is because Fireburner has announced that he will be retiring after DreamHack Valencia from NRG. So, yeah, it's really, really weird to think about an RLCS that doesn't have Fireburner there. He's been at all 7 of them. Only himself and Garrett have been to all 7 as players. So, it's so weird to think of one happening without him. But what a player. What a mark he's left in the scene. Ridiculous stuff. Oh, speaking of ridiculous, how has AyyJayy managed to save that? Satthew was trying to just walk it in nice and slow, make sure he doesn't beam the open net, but AyyJayy beams it for him. Now he's going to try and get back within one on the other end. It's a nice save by Satthew. AyyJayy almost surprised us all there. It's actually going to be an easy win for Satthew in the end with a nice finish here in the air dribble. Just the one touch was all that he needed. Very delayed touch. Had a good feeling about it because AyyJayy has to dive in there. You can't just sit back with a 2-goal deficit. You know, you might look at that and think, well, what was AyyJayy thinking challenging Satthew in this position? Because there's no way he's going to get to the ball if Satthew touches it. But AyyJayy just knows if he doesn't go for it, then he's going to lose anyway, because Satthew already had the 2-goal lead. So it was good play by both. Game 2 does go to Satthew. Not the most insane win for him, but one that he'll be pretty happy with, because AyyJayy has shown at least one major weakness. You know, when he's got boost, when AyyJay's got boost, he's a very deadly player from the corner with flicks and ground shots, and the threat of going up the back wall for demos. You know, he's got pretty much the full package of standard corner plays in offense. But what you might not have is the awareness of when to turn back and think, okay, this is probably not the best idea to shoot from here. Probably not the best idea to go for a play in this position. I don't have good vision on Satthew, or Sathew's looking too comfortable. I don't want to just give it to him, because Sathew's had so many walk-ins, and he almost had another one right there for the same exact spot. AyyJayy just getting a bit too close for comfort. Oh, that's beautiful though by AyyJayy. Off the joint and in. Sathew's down by 1 once again. Yeah, pop by AyyJayy. Managed to get the ball to this side as well. Oh, by the way, thanks RyeBride1439 for the Prime sub. Sorry, that was 8 minutes ago now, but I was in the middle of casting something when you did it. So hopefully you're still here. I do appreciate the new Prime sub from you, man. Better vision on the approach by AyyJayy this time. Make sure to keep Satthew in his sights. Sathew's actually shaking off a bump pretty well, but he doesn't land on the mid boost before turning. Bit awkward for him. He's backed up AyyJayy nonetheless. Early challenge by AyyJayy. To this guy he goes, looking for a double touch, but Satthew beat him to it. Satthew's starting to up the pace with his challenges. He's not waiting so long before finding AyyJayy, and now just walks in a free goal. AyyJayy expected Satthew to go for the mid boost, but Satthew just goes straight for the ball. You could see that AyyJayy was being drawn into the corner, and it ends up looking like a really silly play by AyyJayy. But yeah, he was trying to read where Satthew was going. He thought Satthew would go for boost, because obviously if AyyJayy stays in the ball there, he'll win the race to it. If Satthew isn't going for mid boost, he'll probably go for the corner boost, and he's just thinking, well, if I just take the corner boost before him, he doesn't have any play here. Oh wait, he's going for the ball. That sucks. Low boost flicked by Satthew, but still perfectly fine. It's actually not low boost at all. I just can't see because of hay fever. I thought it said 8, but it's actually 92. Oh no. There was like this water in my eye, and I was like rubbing it, and then I was like, I think that says, oh no, I misread this completely. Low boost, 92 boost. Best casting of my life. Yeah, I hope they don't have pollen in Valencia. It's gonna be a nightmare casting all day with this. It's just the worst. Hey, thanks to Tex and Tune for the Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Satthew taking control of this one quite substantially. AyyJayy not looking comfortable, it has to be said. You know, when he's the one who's dictating the flow of the game and running about with the ball, they've been able to get multiple touches. It looks like he's feeling good. Looks like he's making good decisions. But yeah, Satthew's managed to break his flow here, slow the game down, and make it less about a battle of mechanics and pure speed, more a battle of intelligence, and he's coming out on top. You're suffering so bad? Yeah, man, this pollen is just killing me right now. This entire summer has been the worst. Actually, just like these 3 days in particular, but yeah, for some reason pollen is bad this year. At DreamHack talking about all the 45-degree side flips. I've never said this in my casting career, have I? I don't know if I have. UV, thanks for the 200 bits. Appreciate you. AyyJayy tied things up with the kickoff goal just moments ago. Flick off target, but he's going to get it in any minute now. Surely, come on, AyyJayy. No, he can't get it in. Saved by Satthew. What was that? Satthew, no, you've just what? You just missed the open net. What is happening right now? I thought surely AyyJayy was going to muscle in the rebound. He does put it in, so you know, all things have been restored. It's all right in the world. Oh, AyyJay's car was on its wheel and teleported upside down. Yeah, that sometimes happens. That sometimes happens. It's like when you dodge, but then your car doesn't dodge. It just like sits stuck in the floor. Yeah, you wouldn't have seen that on the spectate, but this, yeah, I'm sure you guys know what he's talking about when it just like your car just starts flopping around for no reason. Really weird though. I thought AyyJayy would have been able to muscle that one in, because usually when you're dodging into the ball and the opponent is just stationary on the goal line, you can force it through them, even in a position that's so deadlocked. But the Satthew open net miss at the other end, what a huge miss that is. Oh wow, Sathew's just going to get a freebie though. He's scared AyyJayy into the corner, sort of, by faking a demo. Look at that, he scared AyyJayy away, then just turns around for the ball. AyyJayy twice now getting caught out, conceding open nets as he runs for boost instead of staying closer to the play. This one was a very smart play though by Satthew, looking threatening. Needs to improve on that shot speed, however, something that he's still lacking. AyyJayy has not been lacking in that department, but Satthew needs to start booming a bit more. Also, not much of a run up on that hook shot, so it's going to be quite slow. We're getting better though. Every shot that Satthew is taking, a little bit harder, a little bit faster than the one that he's taken previously. But is he going to be able to put one in? AyyJayy stops all three. Thinking about the flip reset. There it is. AyyJayy hits the post though. Satthew on the wrong side of the ball. Not able to score an easy counter attack. That was so close though by AyyJayy for the flip reset flick. He had to get so much of an angle change on the ball as well, because it was going way wide after his initial touch. A minute has gone by. There have been no goals. It's back and forth in the midfield. Satthew with the boost advantage and ball control, and now the lead. AyyJayy doesn't challenge immediately, doesn't really do any fake challenges either. He just waits around and then decides to dive in with zero boost. It's that boost miss in the corner that really screwed him over there. He had no way that he could save a goal line shot. Decided it was just best to dive in after missing the boost in the corner and hope for the best. Nice Satthew. He's actually managed to find a way to boost starve AyyJayy again. This is huge. That could be all he needs to win this game. It's actually a demo for Satthew. I wasn't even sure who got demoed there for a second. It's one of those demos where, you know, both players in these days could end up dying. Not both, but one or the other rather. AyyJayy looking to take control. He wants to have one more chance to dribble for an equalizer. Doesn't have enough boost for the ball carry though. Goes for the boost, grabbing the corner, gets it, but has he conceded possession to do so? Looks like he's going to have to use most of his boost just to get that ball back under his control. Satthew still not confused, not in a difficult spot, keeps it low. That's going to be 2-1. AyyJayy maybe wanted to just keep that ball on top of his car at the end there. Just go for a flick. He decided it was not likely to work and dropped it into a boost grab attempt, but with how good Sathew's been in defense, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Soon. They just haven't nailed down the rainbow's physics yet.
Streaker DLC soon. Cheers for 300 bits, no skills. Appreciate that. Wonder what a Streaker decal would look like. Yeah, Brian censored boob, by the way. It's in case anybody is not aware. No, not flowers, boob. Decided to say rainbow physics. Satthew and AyyJayy just having a bit of a fight here, but the ball is taking so long to get to the goal it won't really matter. AyyJayy needs 2 in a row to take this series and beat Satthew again in another return to stream for him. Satthew shuts down another shot though, and is just going to pull the trigger before AyyJayy demos him. 1-0 Satthew, and it's more over aggression in the corner that Sathew's able to shut down with effective near post shadowing, and he's given himself such an easy open net after getting it. Jarian, thanks for 12-month tier 1 Sath flick. There have been quite a few Sath flicks today. Game 1 we had a lot of flicks at the start, but then it developed into more of a standard ones game. from what we're used to seeing recently. With AyyJayy being the aggressor and Satthew being the more defensive of the two players. Yeah, these guys do certainly have world-class flicks. Even if we have had an increase in flick potential since then. Oh dear, AyyJayy. Okay, we will catch up to that, but for a second it looked like he was going to roll that one wide of the net. 1-1 after Satthew gets caught overextending. Thought he had an opening there, but it turns out AyyJayy was very much in control of the situation. Opportunity for Satthew to try and demo AyyJayy here. He decides to play the ball pretty hard instead of rolling it up the wall, which I think would have been the best play there. Just roll it up the wall in front of you and then go ahead of it for the demo. So AyyJayy has to answer it at some point. He doesn't want to let it roll middle. Straight into an open net position. Good speed by AyyJayy. He's back in front. 2-1. He nailed this self-pass. As soon as he hits it, he's already turning. He even managed to hit that a little bit back towards his own half so that Satthew would be that little bit further away from the ball. I do wonder if we're going to see another Game 5 today. I certainly will if Satthew's playing as risky as that. AyyJayy dismantles his offensive play. And that's a cheeky wee double touch to score on the counter-attack. He had plenty of time. He didn't need to go for that, but why not? Easy as you like. 3-1. Satthew starting to take risks that we wouldn't have seen from him earlier on in the series, I'm pretty sure. Wonder if that's going to keep happening or if he'll just start sitting back and letting AyyJayy run the show again. Oh, not if we see stuff like this. AyyJayy was so close with a flip reset shot last game. This time he nails it. Brings it way back from the side and slaps it straight down the middle of the goal with authority. What a shot by AyyJayy. Definitely shot of the series so far. If Gift Your Game was still working and Spectate, I would give that one in a heartbeat. Right after Satthew replies with a kickoff goal, 4-2. Yeah, even with all the flip reset goals that we've been very used to seeing these days, thanks to Com and all the other newer players who are scoring them all the time, still, that was outrageously impressive by AyyJayy. AyyJayy was able to score a flip reset goal at RLCS line, if I'm not mistaken. So, definitely one of the players to watch these days for those insane solo plays, whether it be 3s or 1s. God Noob, thanks for the 12-month Prime. Welcome back to the stream, much appreciated. Satthew starting to claw his way back into this one. He's just needing one more goal, and AyyJayy's looking really aggressive. Satthew has to put it off his own post to keep AyyJayy back for now. But look at the patience of Satthew. Sitting back, surveying what AyyJay's doing, and he's accidentally faked him. That's for all. AyyJayy couldn't get the clear that he was looking for. Backs off, sees Satthew go up, panics, jumps in the way of it, but Sathew's missed it. It's just bounced in. You know, if Satthew did catch that ball, it was going to be flying towards AyyJay's net at a great rate of knots, so that's why AyyJay's gone in front of it. Those little double jump pops post flick down the middle are really, really hard to stop if you don't go in front of it. Nice little 50-50 by AyyJayy. Flies into it for 5-4. He will retake the lead in Game 4. That was a straight yeet by AyyJayy. What happened to Gift Your Game? Gift Your Game is not working in Spectate right now, as far as I'm aware. So if I try and if I try to GIF a goal while I'm spectating a game like this, it won't work. It takes a really weird perspective. But it does work in replays, and it does still work in actual online matches and exhibition matches. Basically any other time that you would use Gift Your Game if you're not a caster like me. So it's totally fine. Still much love for those guys over there. Making a great product and supporting the Rocket League community. Actually, a top 10 mechanics in the world list. What, like... You mean a list of players who have rate players mechanics or something? That'd be pretty funny, actually. Pretty fun, not gonna lie. A map tier list? Nah, it's kind of boring. I don't think people want to watch that. mean, everybody already knows it's just like Manfield Knight at the top and everything else underneath. Hey, Shaky Pup, thanks for the tier 1 9 months. Welcome back. We're going back into a bit of a flick 1v1 here between Satthew and AyyJayy, but AyyJay's coming out on top. You loved my gift your game spotlight. Yeah, I can't believe that, man alive. Once again, just a little self-plug. If you want to see the spotlight that gift your game made for me, just go check out my Twitter. You'll have to go to my Twitter page, my profile. Scroll down a little bit, you'll find it in there somewhere. It's absolutely hilarious. I don't know if they've been looking into my life or something, or looking into my history, because all the information was so accurate. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, much love to Gift Your Game as always. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. Best way to turn your goals in the game into gifts if you're a player on PC. For other games apart from Rocket League as well. So even if you're not playing Rocket League, you're just watching it and you play other games, maybe Gift Your Game is functional in there, so you'll have to go check it out. Oh, clean by AyyJayy. Look at the recovery there. Just gets a flip reset on the ball, turns around, straight into the wave dash shot before you have any time to blink. But Sathew's got some nice mechanics of his own in offense at times. Little fake jump into delayed flick, and that was after seeing AyyJayy jump for it. He didn't need to go for this. It wasn't a blind play. Satthew had great vision there. Looks like he's going to be losing another kickoff goal, which is ultimately going to lose him this game and send us to a game 5. Of course, always game 5s here, always scripted on Brian's stream. A really difficult one to call. Who do you guys have winning game 5? Can we get A's in the chat for AyyJayy, S's for Satthew? Let's see what the people are saying. I mean, I said AyyJayy at the start, so I'm going to stick with that. Just because I think he's had the most control this series. But, yeah, this is certainly going to be close. If AyyJayy doesn't keep himself on a leash with his offensive corner plays, then it could be bad news for him. Could be very bad news. Because that's given Satthew a lot of free counter-attack goals this series. Just being a bit too over-aggressive in Sathew's corner. Satthew takes the ball and walks it into AyyJay's goal. But we don't see any of those. I think AyyJayy might just be winning this based on his slightly superior kickoff pressure that we've seen today. And the more deadly shots that we're seeing today as well. Sathew's not had the same sting on his shots that I was expecting to see from him. Hey, Elephant TG, thanks for the 35 months tier 1 sub. That is right, guys. We have a 35 a month sub once again in the chat. Really appreciate that, Elephant TG. You're insane. Satthew, slightly less insane here as he completely misreads that bounce. He expected it to be going much lower. Not sure if he was trying to take it under control or boom it, but certainly didn't mean to whiff. And that's the easiest start to a game 5 AyyJayy could have possibly hoped for. So go back for the ball. Second time lucky. Actually sets himself up with a bit of a soft pinch from a very forward position in the field. You don't usually see pinches in that position because the ball's likely to just hit the back wall of the opponent and come straight back towards you. But the speed of AyyJayy continues to impress. 2-0 in game 5. This is a simple pop. He didn't even have to fly down for it. He knew that he was still going to win the race to the ball with the double jump pop. Fix the badges already. Yeah, I need to fix the badges. I need to tell my editor to fix it. Oh dear, AyyJayy with another own goal. He's tried to hit this off the sidewall next to his goal like he did earlier, but he's made the same mistake. Just a bit too slow on the takeoff from AyyJayy. It looked like if he just rolled a little bit further back into position without killing his momentum, he would have been able to reach that. You just finished watching the documentary Gift Your Game made on you. What do you think, Candy Master? Do you like it? Do you like it as much as AyyJay's air dribble that you just saw? Or was it even better, perhaps? That was a very clean air dribble by AyyJayy. He's constantly getting those little touches on the ball. Satthew wanted to time his arrival perfectly to get a 50-50 with momentum. He didn't want to slow down into it. that would mean that AyyJayy is more likely to win the challenge. It's good speed by AyyJayy again. Just rebounds it in. Satthew thought he had time to go for boost, but AyyJayy punishes him for it. He didn't even waste any time really to Satthew. A bit of an inefficient turn, oversteering ever so slightly, but AyyJayy was so swift to control that one that it wouldn't really have mattered. As soon as Satthew went for the corner, it was all over. More races being won by AyyJayy here. Just faster the two players, it would seem. There's not many players who are faster than AyyJayy at the moment in the one scene. I think, you know, from what we've seen recently, you're probably only looking at maybe a Mectos who's on form. First Killer certainly got to be up there. Ixo on form. Really not too many though. He is one of the speediest boys in the game. 5-1, of course, difficult score to come back from as the defensive player in 1v1. You think that there should be a Netflix special documentary? Oh my goodness, AyyJay's one-upped himself. How on earth has he managed to rip that one out? He was almost on the ground and he's got back underneath the ball and flicked it over Satthew, who was coming in for the late challenge. That's 6-1. AyyJayy saved the best to last. And when you're playing as well as this, what on earth is Satthew supposed to do? I mean, these shots, some of them are just straight up unstoppable. And AyyJay's control in the midfield, the speed of his recoveries, the fluidity of his plays, going to be really difficult to beat from this position. Satthew might get one back here. Yes, he will. Not a moment too late also. So if he'd let AyyJayy take this ball under control, you never know how much time would have gone past before Satthew gets another opportunity. Got to make the most of all the chances he gets from here. He's not really mixed up his kickoff at all this last game either, has Satthew. And that's another air dribble that's gone in. Satthew got multiple touches, but it's bounced off the post crossbar and then finished in the net. Not bad positioning by Satthew. Maybe he could go a bit further back into his goal, just a touch, but it's just the quality of shots for AyyJayy is so good, so difficult to prevent. Satthew will finally get a kickoff win, but the pressure that he's able to exert is just not quite the same as the level we've seen from AyyJayy in this game 5. Shots just way too easy for AyyJayy to save. That's a nice interception though. Satthew sneaks in and gets it back within 4. And luckily for him, there is still lots of time left in this game. Very nice control there by Satthew. And a great read as well. Many players would have ran into the corner for the boost there, but not Satthew. He kept his eye on the ball, saw the opening, and took it. Thoughts on Fireburner leaving NRG. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do next. You know, content creation, coaching, casting, whatever he ends up doing. Really excited to see more of him. You know, it might have been necessary. I think it's probably smart of Fireburner to do that because NRG want to win an RLCS and they've failed 3 times in a row now with this roster. So if you're really wanting to win RLCS, should you be keeping the same roster for 4 seasons in a row after failing 3 times? Probably not. Not in the way that they've been failing. You know, if they got grand finals all 3 times and it was all really close and they played really well, maybe. The flip reset shot for AyyJayy. This one's saved by Satthew and he's going to get a counter attack down the middle. Still impressive flip resets on AyyJay's side. I would love to see him slow down that last one though. He didn't need to pull the trigger quite as early as he did. Oh, hey, Sunless Scan, how you doing? Thanks for 3-month tier 1. Really appreciate that, buddy. Hope you're having a good one. I haven't been keeping up too much of what you've been doing recently, but I'm sure you're killing it, as usual. Just like AyyJayy appears to be killing this series. Just dead. Gone. Satthew's got no chance from here. He's got to retake control of the ball or it's going to be all over. Hold on a second though, that might be the game. Okay. Yeah, it is going to be a clear for AyyJayy. And that long shot looks pretty good to me. 5 goal difference, 1 minute and 8 seconds left. I don't know if that's going to be a comebackable score if you're not Fairy Peak and scoring a couple kickoff goals. These leads are just too difficult to come back from. Satthew. I got confused there. I thought it said Rogue Satthew, but it's Rogue AyyJayy, of course. Yeah, Satthew is getting a bit outplayed here. You know, you can forgive him slightly for this though, because based on what he's seen so far this series, AyyJayy has been messing up a few shots. He's been, you know, giving Satthew quite a lot of free goals on counterattacks. So Satthew goes into game 5 and he thinks, I'm just going to play my game because it's worked for me today quite a lot. You know, I'll just give AyyJayy a little bit of space because sometimes he's scoring, but a lot of the time he isn't. A lot of the time he's missing and I'm getting free goals. But, you know, if you give your opponent this much space and they don't miss, then you're in a lot of trouble. AyyJayy's just put away all his shots this game. He's upped his quality, both of his offensive repertoire and also the deadliness. So, well played to AyyJayy. Satthew didn't put him out of his comfort zone at all. And AyyJayy finally found his groove and started banging in boomers. I just want to really quickly highlight once again that these two are still streaming, I believe. I'm just going to check that actually for you guys. Because when we started this series, they were both streaming. Yeah, they are. So, yeah, you guys should go check them both out after we're done here. I'm not going to be staying live for anything else tonight. I just had to do, or I had to go live late because of hay fever. Basically putting me out of commission for the whole day. But yeah, I'll be heading off after this, so probably going to host AyyJayy if he's staying online since he got the W. But do remember to go and say hi to Satthew as well. Tell them GG's because it was a really entertaining series. Good to see them both back in the Ones Arena. And hopefully we'll see more of them soon. Didn't miss any subs if I'm not mistaken. So once again, thank you to all of you guys for hanging out and supporting the stream as usual. I say as usual, but I mean like thank you as usual. Thanks for supporting the stream.